1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Go, Hambbage, go! I am Hambbage, and we're about to kick off yet another stream of Hardcore Vanilla Minecraft. Glad to have you here with me, and let's go ahead and see what kind of fun we can have today. Keep this slide out of the way. We do not want to be distributing Minecraft. If you are the kind of person that needs to buy a game you can play for decades for one price, one-time purchase, yeah. You don't need a code. You don't need a cheat. Go out and pay that. What was it? $14.99 these days? I don't even know, but certainly a bargain. Go through the site, get it. You'll be glad you did. We want to load our world here. Well, it's kicking up. I gotta admit, I know we wrapped up our boat trip. We seem to have a wandering visitor outside. Villager. Trader, you know that guy. Doesn't look like we had anything extra in our inventory. We'd made a hoe. That was maybe a couple ago. Oh, we didn't sleep. That's right. We'd come upstairs and we thought, oh no, we'll save the sleep in case we needed to do exactly this and wonder kind of where we're at, what we're doing. Honestly, not too certain, but I'm thinking the moment is now. Okay, none of them are up here. Let's go get them. We're at least going to try to map our way out. So while we're running the stairs here, let's talk a little bit about RL. I am now, it's Friday today, and I got my vaccination late afternoon on a Tuesday. So the saga and the stories kind of continue, my friends. I had I think I'd said yesterday, kind of wrapping things up. I think the night before maybe was when I'd been kind of like chills, a little bit, really minor fever if anything, but kind of was noticeable. I was feeling it a bit. But we kind of got beyond all that. I was done and, didn't really have much of a headache when I was recording stuff yesterday, which is over a full day ago now. It's evening. Not quite late night yet, but close. I've already been out kind of, the after work hours. Got out through some discs with friends, which was a little bit interesting, and I'll tell you why in just a moment here. Let's quick check our gear. We want a bit more those. Let's load apples if we can. Now we will come back. I am okay with returning to swap out our load for a bunch of potions and all the other kind of stuff that we'll want for the dragon fight and eventual end trip and all that. We'll check our bow status by that point and all that, but we don't know how far of a journey we're about to go on. So we're going to, I think we've already talked to you. Right? Oh, the shell, by the time we get to making conduit, I think we're good, but maybe it'd be really nice to have a conduit just to start things off. We got so many emeralds, right? Why not? Boost the economy, right? We can't take them with us, so that's all he had. Now, will he get more inventory? I've never bought a wandering trader out of anything. No, they always have this slide bar, like they could open up more inventory, but they never ever do that I know of. So that was just random. Why not, right? Okay, so we don't need the emeralds. We don't need these. We'll put them away later. Do we have any just ready boats? No. So we're going to grab one s'more. Oh, we got to say hi to the pets, just in case. What if we didn't make it, you know? Hey, s'more, how you doing? Don't tell them that. We don't want them to worry, but, you know, I hate to just take off into the great unknown and not know. Hey, Guava, how you doing? So here's kind of the thing we want to be aware of. We last slept in this bed here, right? If we... Oh, we got to say hi to Salty, because we walked right by him and didn't say hi. Hey, Salty. Yeah, we're going to go out for a little bit. You stay here. Be a good dog. Watch out for the other pets. You're in charge. Salty's in charge, I told him. So, if we sleep along the way, once we do go to the end and come back, and, you know, we'll know, because we're not planning on going through the portal on this trip. We'll want to come back and kind of gear up a little bit. So we'll have that little window of opportunity, but between now and then, we want to make sure that we, you know, either are prepared to respawn at our spawn point, because you know, if we have a long enough trip back to the end stronghold here in the overworld where the portal is located, and we have to sleep on the way, which we in theory could just fend off any monsters every night, not sleep, and still get back to our bed here. However, you know, with the end dragon fight, and then going on into the other end cities and all that content, you know, we could be out there always. We'll have no idea what time it is when we're coming back through, and that could just pop us up, you know, up in the mountains in the middle of the night. So, enough talking though. We'll cross that bridge. We want to follow our Eyes of Ender. So, as you saw, we put Enderman pearls with blaze powder made Eyes of Ender. And if we throw one up in the air, it's going to surge off in a particular direction. It'll just kind of zoom, and sometimes they're a little tough to see. So you got to kind of scan for it. Hopefully it can go whichever way, but hopefully it won't go right into the trees here, so it'll be easy to see for everybody on the stream. But let's toss it. So we throw one up. Oh, no, we just delayed. Where'd it go? Right into the trees. So you can see it kind of hangs there for a bit, and then most of the time they will fall to the ground like that. And woohoo! We get our pearl back, or our eye back. We can throw it again, and you know, over time, a few of them, you know, and it's, I think there's a set percentage chance of it happening every time you throw one, that it will pop up in the air and just break instead of falling back down. And so then you won't get that one back. That's why we want to have kind of a bunch of these, and we've got more than I would normally need, but that's okay. So what are we going to do here? We're going to go a long ways, kind of, you know, as far of a boat ride as we need to, here to see where our pearls may turn back. And these can be, you know, thousands of blocks in a direction trips. We may have to deal with this ice. You know, unfortunately, we're headed right into it, and that can be a little bit unpleasant. They can also end up being underwater. You know, just underground, underwater, where you have to make some kind of a mechanism through the water to get down to them on a regular basis. Okay, so we're still bearing off and just a little bit more to the south, but we'll pick up our boat and just walk the ice. Okay, got it. Maybe swim until we get clear. Okay, well, we got a clear shot. So we're going to go kind of off that point into the swamp and see where we go next. And you guys have heard, I've been a little torn on whether I rush into this, and I don't know how much I want to push all the way to the end, or whether I just want to kind of keep it as a get to the stronghold and see if we can locate the portal, and kind of map everything out from there. We'll very much play it by ear. The just following the pearls is part one. Then you got to find the portal room in the stronghold, and that's one of the most frustrating things for me. It seems I always struggle with those a little bit. Might as well come up to this. Clearly, we didn't get the gold block at some point. Don't think we've ever been here. Well, we might as well take all this. Okay, let's go ahead and break our boat and assume that we're keeping going beyond. Okay, still heading true. And I don't, especially early on, I don't try to throw too often. How have we never done any of this? What's up, Witchy? Just because I don't think we've been into one in any of our worlds. This is a witch's little hut. You can come in and kind of make these into bases. They usually do have a flower pot with something growing in it. This one got a red mushroom cauldron there we could grab. And we'll spawn witches in this area. We'd prefer not to deal with mobs too much, so we'll just kind of take up residence for the evening. Now, I've never done a witch farm. Their gear is such trash. Oh, and there are black cats that associate to witch farms. So there you see the black cat. So if you're looking for those in the Tame All the Cats quest, and you know that you've got a witch hut around. That's good thing to check into. Alright, we'll just get out here into the plains for our next pearl. Again, you can go quite a ways, and if you overshoot, no big deal. You just turn around and kind of it's like game of hot and cold, right? You kind of overshoot a little bit and then turn back to correct for it. But throwing them every 5 feet, if you find out you're actually going thousands, pick areas like this that are nice and wide open. You'll be able to see the pearl clearly if it does go in an unexpected direction, which it hasn't. And that one broke, so no chance of recovery there. We're down to 28. And this is, another good. I don't think we've pushed too far inland on this in this eastern direction. We've certainly looped around on the coast, gone in our boat all the way down to the snowy tundra. But hey, Wolfie. Don't forget, Salty's going to be looking for a friend at some point. And we'll just try to push all the way through here, I think. Why not, right? Kind of fun to pick your path through. Try not to get your feet wet in the swamp. Alright, that's good. Chance we've kind of overcorrected a bit. Oh, caught it. No bounce. Eye number 28 is still perfectly clean. Didn't even fall in the water or the dust. So this is good. I've gotten very lucky at times. There was one world once upon a time, long time ago, where right out of spawn, it was kind of like day one. I found myself down in I was making like my first night stairway down into the the rock. I wasn't even expecting to get down to the bottom, and happened to come across some stone brick. And at the time, I thought, "Oh wow, I've got a spawner here." I didn't even know, Okay, yeah, that should have been cobble, but it was brick. I broke, and I actually ended up in the little library room of a end stronghold, and surprised at that, excuse me, a little hiccup. I kind of checked it out for a little bit. I was like, wow, this is huge, good fortune. But it was one of those that was pretty broken. The room I came into had some massive just cracks. It was just generated like it was had a, I don't know if a glitch is the right word for it, but it was definitely. Oh, okay, so we've gone too far. We're dialing in on it now. So we'll kind of come back into the middle of these woods and try again. The woods make it a little tougher, frankly, because you can't see as clearly which way your pearl is going. Let's go kind of out in the middle of this water. Still back this way. Kicked off the tree. Big old ricochet. But yeah, so I found the stronghold room where, I didn't have the gear for it or anything, and I was trying to be really careful as I got into it, and it seemed very, flawed in its generation, right? It had clearly, cut across a seam or something in the world fabric, right? So it had everything wasn't very well aligned. There were some breaks where the biome had bled in, so it was 3/4 of a room and then just a standard cave, and things were cut up across each other, and it was still pretty cool. And I thought, okay, well, be careful here, and then without ever seeing him at all, I just heard the of an Enderman, and there was none around me that I'd seen, and I was trying to be very careful not to look out into spaces because I was afraid of all the other mobs that could be coming to get me, and I wasn't equipped to really fight them. Back this way somewhere. Okay. So we're going to be in this pine forest, maybe in a cave. Do we have any clearings? How about this clearing? Okay, still going this way. On top of the tree. Did it break? I think they make a different sound. I didn't really pay attention to that. May have to resort to our trusty axe here and kind of clear a space, but it's kind of nice if you can. Okay. Oh. Man, this is difficult. All right, let's start taking trees. We know we're close. We're pretty warm, and we'll want to do a kind of like our starting base camp area. Just some, a couple little chests around where we ended up. And when we go back home, we'll kind of try to map the, clear a bit of a road on the land parts and torch it so that, we can find our way easily back and don't have to do the same ender eyes. You know, we'll do the coordinates and everything too, so we don't, truly have to hunt around for it. But it's kind of nice to not have to hunt your way. And having a big clearing is a good way to get to that. Not only that, but when we throw these pearls towards the end here, it'll help us dial in a little bit more. We may even pick up a few. I don't know how long they linger before they poof away, but if they're sitting up on top of leaves, it would be nice to get some back. Again, we were so long. I think the max possible you need, I think it's 3 on a side. So I think the most you could need, if you got a portal without any already filled in, you would need 12, I believe. So that's why I really kind of like to have 20 going in. That's 8 to lose while throwing, and then another dozen to fill in the portal. And, very often you'll end up with extra. And once we start getting to cities in the end, we'll start accumulating more and more ender chests, but we also, we'll have more places as we go to just leave them in place where, you can just have the convenience of ender chest ready to go. So I don't know how well I'm doing at strategically clearing here. It'd be nice if some of these leaves would decay. I must be missing that tree, for one. I hear that skeleton somewhere. Not too worried about him. Creeper could be a bit inconvenient, but even that at this point is not a huge deal. Alright, do I have other trees? I think that one was just holding everything up. I don't see pearls yet in the immediate vicinity. Is that one? No, it's just a sapling. It's funny how we wanted those saplings so badly. Now it's like, I'd rather just have the pearls back, honestly. Or the eyes. I keep calling them pearls. Sorry about that. So anyway, my second dose of my vaccine. I thought I was done and in the clear. Turns out it was kind of still going. And after my stream or my recording play yesterday, kind of early in the day, I kind of was couchbound quite a bit. I actually watched a lot more TV and some of that kind of just streaming stuff than I normally would have, because I really wasn't feeling it. I think the night before I'd had some chills and that kind of stuff, and had really said in the session the other day that I was back to feeling pretty good. I didn't have much of a headache or anything. Well, kind of got that minor headache back, and it was just I went to bed. I stayed up a little bit because I'd slept later and then napped, and so I started watching some series. Between, I think it was. It's a Netflix. Not my favorite. It was. I think it's kind of trying to be young adult, but it was a little dark for just your your typical like Hunger Games-y type style. But I don't know. It was good enough to watch. I mean, I binged the whole. There's 2 fairly short seasons of it, but I binged all of those through the night last night. And as I was realizing, hey, I'm not falling asleep, or when I would sleep for like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes at a pop, and then wake up and be like, oh, I missed just enough of the story to realize I missed a little bit, and so I'd like back up and watch some more of it. So I watched all of that, and still kind of tossing and turning. Well, by the time I got done, and I've hardly, probably got like an hour and a half of total sleep in the night, I tried again. Now where'd that one go? Where? I heard your ding. Where are you, Mr. Little Oh, this is no good. Anyway, see it. You guys probably all see it in the recording. That's a, I thought, oh, here it is. It's just shot underground. Sometimes they will pop underground like that. And we'll likely have to go through all this regardless, so... Only fitting that this would all be so Swiss cheese style. But yeah, so last night I'm kind of tossing and turning, obviously not sleeping much at all. Again, in lots of little fits and starts, I'd get a little bit, and this headache was just kind of unrelenting. And the previous night, I'd taken some, a generic Tylenol like PM, so I'd actually slept pretty well that night. But I don't like to be overly aggressive taking those kind of things. Kind of only in the direst need. And I maybe should have relaxed that a little bit and come back. Well, I don't know where that ended up. Let's shoot one this way. Okay. Now, does the next one go further? Okay, it kind of bounced a little bit, but it's right in this area. So, let's take our coordinates, and I won't bother to share with you guys. Man, I hope I hadn't checked. And that didn't take much of our episode here at all. So I'm just going to jot down the coordinates, and I'm going to say end stronghold stairs. And I've got the coordinates completely buried. 743 by 1673. Now, we could be off a little bit, but it shouldn't matter too much. This will usually take us kind of right down into the middle. The more precise you can be, the better. And I know, like, if you watch enough speedrunners, I don't, but if you do, you can kind of know that there's definitely a methodology to positioning yourself relative to the eyes, where you'll come down on a particular segment of the stronghold. And my understanding is, if you then dig through a wall and go down X number of blocks or something, you kind of it will cut through all the madness and get you right into the portal. I don't know what that is. I don't particularly care to know what that trick is. As frustrating as it can be, I kind of like the trolliness of having to plod your way through a okay, yeah. They sometimes get a little funkier. So I think we're pretty good. Let's just begin, and we're going to, I think, do the old 9 block. There's our cavern we were knowing we would get. So we'll keep a central pillar so we don't have just a death type hole. Hey buddy. Don't really wanna. I mean, we could maybe explore this a little bit in terms of caving and mining and all that, since we're fairly close to home. I'm more just interested in framing out our stairs, and maybe we'll leave that and come back to it. I don't see a ton of benefit right now. it's a good convenient location in that we'll be coming back and forth here. You can kind of keep seeing what's up, but this will, by lighting these up, we, should potentially see if there's caverns down below that our stairs are going to hit as well. And just keep the spawning to a minimum. I don't think, despite several starts. So, middle of the night last night, as I'm like tossing and turning, going like, man, I'm really, I should be asleep by now. This is not ideal. Really, come on, body, cooperate. Well, the back of my head, the like neck, and kind of like it was like the base of your head on the back, right above, kind of where like right, you can feel the back of your skull above your neck. That was very sore, and the more I lay there, the more kind of like the like side of my pec, and the armpit on the arm where I got my shot was starting to feel more and more weird, not ideal. It just didn't hurt. I'm not in pain or anything like that, but it was noticeably not great, and I wasn't particularly digging the experience. Well, when you're doing that whole tossing and turning thing, I think you're a little more prone to like waking up multiple times in the night, or getting up like, okay, maybe it's just I need to go to the bathroom again or something. Get a little sip of water, and those two things kind of complement each other, right? So you keep doing this stuff. Well, I at one point I was like, man, I'm kind of feeling how tender it is still, and I'm like, okay, this is the full on second night. I'm already like fully past 48 hours, and since I'd had the shot late in the afternoon, it's kind of like all the stuff. It's like on the second day you may experience these symptoms. Well, mine was a little goofier because it really tried to split out over 3 days. Not that that was a big deal or anything, but it I kind of had to remind myself. All right, yeah, I'm not just done with this on that second day. I'm only 30 or so hours out from getting the shot, so it was still going. Well, I noticed that I had like this big blob of swelling that was kind of in my armpit. Basically, your lymph nodes that sit in your armpits, and sometimes when you get sick or something, they'll get swollen up a little bit. Well, that was what was going on, and it turns out that's not a very publicized symptom, but it does seem to happen according to whatever the article was I found. About 16% of people report some lymph node swelling after the second shot, or second dose. So and again, I had the Pfizer of the vaccine, so I had a little bit of that last night, and it's lingered, and now I'm really out to day 3. I'm not worried. It's not excessively tender or anything. If anything, today it was more just like, okay, I should be careful because being in an armpit, it's a little more one of those spots where you can get a little more chafing or something like that. So I limited just a little bit more today, and actually took another, like a non-nighttime, but another acetaminophen to see if that would help some of the swelling. And I went out, I played some disc golf with some friends Friday afternoon, so that was kind of nice, and enjoyed a beautiful day, because tomorrow's kind of like nice first half of the day, and then increasing chance of sprinkles and storms and all that, and then by Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we're back to what we'd been in a week or so ago, where we've got pretty good chance of snow, I think, on Tuesday, and just all this weather you kind of like to put behind you, but we just seem to be in this, like alternating cycle. So even though I wasn't 100% today, I definitely wanted to get out and really, I hadn't seen anybody for a few days. Just, me being kind of a little laid out and being the middle of the week and everything, and didn't have a whole lot of cause to see folks. So didn't want to miss that opportunity. So made the most of it. And yeah, now I'm back for a little evening play session. So we're seeing some redstone. That's usually a pretty good sign we're getting down close. And I'll feel like a bit of a goof if we're not right here, but past experience would seem to say that we should be getting down here pretty quick. It started a little bit elevated. That was one thing. Uh-oh. Huh. Well, now what do we do? Did I miss by that much? I mean, usually, if you come down, even if you're not right on it, you're going to hit one of the rooms. Huh. I think this is the first time I've ever missed being that close. And yeah, I didn't see one go right at my feet, but it was only 2 blocks off or so. Oh. Bed. No creepers, please. Be ready to run. That's one of those I've talked about in the past. If you're, in kind of these wooded situations where you're sleeping later in the evening, definitely go ahead and just start moving when you first wake up. So I don't know what, feel free to comment if you've got a particular technique once you get close and have suddenly made a stairway down and missed it. Curiouser and curiouser. Do we think it bounced off a tree and came back? Okay, so there it goes down. Well, it should pop back up unless we're missing it into these caves. Hmm. Not a lot of confidence here. I guess back to the axe. And again, we don't have to worry about the stairs too much. We've got that to take us down. Now it's just a matter of which way we go at the bottom. Can we tunnel in the right end? Yeah, we could just blindly tunnel around. I mean, I still think we're close here because those the pearls are like diving, right? When we throw them, we're not seeing the little purple strands, so they're diving to tell us that they're going downward. But then they'll usually pop right back up again at your feet, and I don't know if that's the caves right below the surface that are getting us. If they're somehow, when they pop, going up into tree leaves around here. But whatever they're doing, they're not making it very clear to me which direction we need to tunnel in once we go down. It's really the game deciding that it's going to make me eat my words about having plenty of pearls. And now I see every one of these little saplings, and I'm like, oh, that's just a pearl on its edge. An eye, also. Eyes, not pearls. Are they ending up in the staircase? They can't. I mean, staircase is wrong, right? That's what we've been learning. Okay, let's try one this way. Broken. This way. Now, if we go here, is that just a breaking thing? That's also very confusing. Also back this way. Okay, so when we get to the bottom, we want to go to the north, maybe? Just a bit. Oh, there's a lot of them. I mean, how are we then going down here and not hitting the stronghold? This is so crazy. Crazy, I say. Alright, let's go. Try to the north. It's kind of the horseshoes and hand grenades method of finding this dumb thing. We are at level 12. It could even be a little low, but I don't hear mob sounds. I don't see any stone brick. Lava? That's interesting. This is not a good sign for finding the portal easily once we get into it. I mean, this should be taking us back to where we threw one from, and it came back over this way. More lava. Anybody thrown eyes underground? I wonder what that does. Probably nothing helpful, right? We won't even be able to see them fly. Okay, what's this? Any structures are okay, because they may at least get us exposed. What? Okay, there we go. Got a little something. Oh boy. Don't you throw me in the lava. See your games, Mr. Creeper. Oh, well, this is... And see, I mean, it's all around us, right? I mean, it's going in that direction over there. Oh, and I didn't really mark where we... I think this is where we came in. So it... Above, around, everywhere but loose. This appears to be another one of those kind of fragmented ones. So let's go up. Okay, maybe we were too far over this way, but let's go up a full turn. See what this does for us. Nothing. This should be... now we're back to north, so we were definitely headed to the east out of that tunnel. I mean, you guys saw, right? We looked up, and there were stronghold bits all around. This definitely ended up being to the north. I don't know. I think this is what we're going to count as our beginning point. No. Oh, this is there. We need seeds. So, stronghold. Maybe having arrived here, we'll get some fortunate favor when it comes to finding the actual deal. Now, iron doors, I don't think we've used them, so they won't open. You saw me click on it there. You have to hit buttons to access them. I'll actually just go ahead and break them instead. They help me see where I've been. And as I was about to say, you will get some chests down here. Relative to what you're probably looking for at this point, the loot is kind of trash, but doesn't hurt to have a storage spot for some of the gear that you pick up. And these are kind of cool. They have a wide little variety of rooms. They're very easy to get lost in. I think, okay, so see our seeds? It's kind of a nice little way to help find our way back, because they... No! I shot you. Yeah, they twist and turn all... They have doors that go nowhere. Maybe we should check that, though. Yeah, had a feeling. Twisting and turning staircases, access onto ravines, a lot of abandoned mines. All sorts of good stuff. But when you can take a peek on some of these, it can help you find things without a whole lot of looking around. If you happen to just see, that, oh, hey, look, there's the portal or whatever accessible off a ravine. That is a bit self-trolly. because you'd actually prefer to have it a little bit more closed off when you're using it. And we'll certainly explore all that type of stuff. But we, like the one that I was describing in some early play session, not early, but long ago play session nowadays, I'd run into these, kind of like there were parts of it all over the place, then broken up by, cliff sections and all that, and you want to just keep picking your way around. I think that's where we just were. And we're going to run out of torches. Obviously, we've got some more in the ender chest, which is good. I don't know where that was coming from. Was it a drop? Don't know. Okay. Are we secure enough here to do a bit of ender chesting? Hopefully. Let's store up some full stacks of stuff. I don't think we're going to use any of the logs. I don't know that we wouldn't get any more obsidian, but having these torches hopefully will help get us done. There's these jail cell kind of features. Fortunately or unfortunately, I just don't know enough, and usually it's few and far enough between that I don't really end up repeatedly exploring them to the point where I memorize, like, oh, if you see this, then the portal room is going to be right around here. For me, it's a little more of just a trial and error proposition to find it, and then once you find it, pretty quickly you get the resources to throw a portal up and call it good, and never wind and wend your way back through. So, and maybe we'll do a bit of that before we really start into our end, just to keep you guys hanging around a little bit, but also to start our network. But we may connect our first stop on our nether highway to come out here. Geesh. At least he got a bat. Oh, he didn't even get the bat? It just made the bat cry in agony and go about his way. Yeah, so we'll kind of see. Once upon a time in my early tech job, I had a guy who said, if you're going to be repeatedly typing something, even if it's only a couple times, you're best off to put it into a script, or key it, or at least save that text up into a buffer and repeatedly paste it in. You'll have higher accuracy. You're not going to have errors or typos or that kind of stuff. You just immediately eliminate all those, and you save time typing and all that. So do that. And I kind of feel the same way about nether portal use once you get to that point, if you're going to be going back and forth to a place and you have the means to link it in the nether, do it early and save yourself all that time back and forth. We already talked a little bit about, um, clearing a path through the forest, gathering up some more of those wood resources, and certainly that's fine on the way back. I'm not opposed to that, but especially with it, being part icy water, part swampy water, and dry land. And this is all new stuff. Get a pearl back. What do we need to dump? Maybe that. Maybe some lily pads and some sticks. There's a treasure chest up there. Usually a couple mobs, and you can hear there's probably a zombie up there. Again, just kind of see if we can map out the goodies first. Okay, so we'll bow ready. Find that ladder again. Went the wrong way around. Oh! Whoa! Was a bit. I didn't expect to see him coming down the hole when I was going up it. I think we'll leave the apples. We've got gold apples, and quite a few of them now. So, back down. No, get off the ladder. Well lit. Which way do we... This is kind of becomes a hopeless tangle town of... And, if I don't start finding things pretty quickly, then I will pretty quickly give up and just start taking out walls, trying to, clear large open spaces to give me a little better indication. Okay, this might be it. Now, I think there's something about, if you pop through one of these staircase rooms, then you're supposed to be kind of right on the stairs down to the portal. But how you know which of those it is, or kind of get yourself in that situation, not entirely certain. And this one is so just kind of Swiss cheese of broken room types and elements that it would be nice to kind of remember how we got in here, although it's kind of already a losing proposition. We'll kind of sort out the the aftermath when and if we find this portal room. And this is one of those where I'd love to have, more of a live community effort, because I'm sure there are people that know better how to kind of efficiently deal with these, and I clearly don't. I go for the full tour and spend lots of torches. Hey, I know I'm hitting you. Oh. Then you fall down the middle of the stairs. It's all very... Ooh, that's kind of uncool. Oh, my goodness. Now, where did he come from? The good news is that the more choppy some of these little areas become, the more difficulty the AI has with navigating through them with the various mobs. So you actually get kind of a break. They don't do well with, like, should I be taking the stairs or should I be Should I be fighting my way through this? Why do I have iron instead of stone? Why aren't all my stones together? These are all good questions. Very good questions. I think we've been through some of those already. Drop another torch there. This is much more about keeping the falling mobs off our heads, but as you can see, we're kind of on the brink of being outside, and noteworthy a little bit just for its, I guess, either my RNG or recently, or just the relative commonness in many of my recent worlds, or this is the first so far that I haven't seen in many of my recent ones where I haven't had an abandoned mine shaft that has intersected with this stronghold structure. That seems to be something that's been a little more predisposed recently. Okay, now gonna get crowded here. Could have been yours, Skelly. You had a chance. This is also a good place where I will very often find myself completely losing track of time. And I know we were at about a half hour when we first got here. We'd come over very quickly. Ow. What's up, fancy pants? But can, in my individual play sessions can find, wow, I just spent 4 hours playing the game and, kind of ran around mapping all this stuff, getting lost a few times, digging a couple different staircases, usually one in, and then banging around until I find the portal room, and then another one up from there to be a little more convenient. I think we'd come in just right back where all those arrow holes are. If all else fails, before too much time goes by, kind of refollow all the missed arrow shots that attract you. But again, we're not seeing any more structure this way, so pretty safe. Ooh, did I hear a slime? Did you guys hear a slime? I think I heard a slime. That's interesting. Ooh. Ow. Ow. I hear you, slime. Where are you? Trap ourselves a little bit down here. We can hack it. Oh, there you are, buddy. Oh! Thought I had my bow. Hey, slimy! We haven't found any of your kind yet. They have a very bamboo-like sound when you get down to their smallest size. Okay, have we been back this way? It just gets more. This is all of our torches. We're totally out. We've got to hang our heads in shame. Oh, do we though? Hang on. Is this safe? It doesn't get much safer if we do this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. We brought no coal. I thought we had a stack of coal, and then we probably just decided, oh no, we don't need it. Man. What do we think is the heart? We've kind of been over on the edge here. Ooh. Oh, now we don't have any torches. But that looks like another edge. Fortune pick. Just try to stop me from finding your portally goodness and stronghold. You can't. I got an ender chest full of tools now. Boom. We are going to need to make a... Actually, we don't. Did we get rid of all those sticks, though? Okay. 14 should be plenty. Far more sticks than we could ever need. Dump the rest of the sticks. Some torches for boxes. And get this stored securely back away. We may end up with more slime balls. Anything else full stacks yet? I don't think so. I'm going to just keep... let's... We can put these away. Don't need the boats while we're down here. Don't need the gold block while we're down here. Okay, the rest of this stuff, we may continue to build up the stacks a little bit. So, yeah, we'll kind of keep rolling. Oh, ow. That is our touch. Okay, so a little more opportunity. This looks like another edge, cautiously. Maybe this is our... Oh! I'm going to start talking villager to this fortress if I have to. Frustration will set in. I've tried to prepare folks for it. This is a known thing for me. And it always seems to be one of those deals where clearly it's going to be the last place we look, right? We'll stop looking once we find it, but it always feels so silly when I finally do get to it. You're like, oh, I should have known to look there, and for whatever reason, I just didn't. Now we've been down here. I really thought there was a deal where, like, if you came into the right one of these torched rooms and then poked through, you'd find the stairway that led straight down to the portal. But clearly that's not right here. But it may not be the right section at all. I also often wonder if I've just got a weird, like, flawed one that never spawned the actual portal room. I guess I've heard that can happen. I don't think I've ever actually found one where I had to just completely give up and never find it. Usually they're there if you just keep looking. But maybe down here? Like an under the stair? What does this get us to? Seems secrety, right? Secrety is good. Maybe. Or maybe it's just a weird little spot. How far are we? We're at 15. I don't know if there's a particular level the end portal spawns on. That would maybe help too. All things I consider each time I end up in this situation. I think, like, oh, it would really help to know if there's a a level where it always is, and then I just find it and never bother to look again or keep notes or do any of that. We've been through all this. Do a few just poke holes through, weird ends of rooms, but if we see that we're just going into stone and dirt and all that, that's not the best sign. Again, kind of seems like this is a corner, and we'd be working away from that. Ooh. Just go ahead and take a seat there, lava. Remember, you can play around a little bit with probing upward into lava, as long as you know what to expect when you encounter it. And that may have just been a source, but I think more likely, as is the apparent case, we just clicked into a bit of a little lake here. It doesn't seem to be a part of the structure, though, and typically lava lakes will not. As you can see, this one's kind of intersected with us a little bit. Let's go back across it this way. If I really wanted to be efficient, I could get out a water bucket. But alright, what do we got down this way? It seems too low. Like we're kind of just, going down into these like dead-end depths. Yeah, and we're down into bedrock, so that's too low. Jail cells there. Did we go like through the jail cells? I don't think they're a particular indicator of end portal stuff. This is a weird split level. It's all this stuff that makes me worried that, if we weren't gonna get it, it would be because of something like this, where, it just generated through a couple of different Y levels and split up, and where, potentially where it wanted to make the portal room, it instead just kind of called those as null spaces and gave up on them. I don't know though. I'll just keep looking for dark areas we haven't looked at. Okay, this is maybe something new, or maybe just another area we've already seen. Let's back to that way. Maybe up high. Have we been over there yet? Let's go see. Ooh, this looks kind of new. Oh, that looks kind of new. Maybe this is our special area. Oh, you want to come up and say hi? Welcome me to the cool part of the stronghold? Thanks. Didn't really want your potato. that little hiccup of delay kind of feels to me like ooh, maybe it was thinking about putting in a spawner. A spawner. Well, the spawner is part of it, certainly. Could just also be stuff that my computer's doing. Again, different time if there's any. Oh, this is good though. I like all this new area. Don't need any of that. Don't think we picked up enough to completely lost any sense of where we came into this, what direction we're predominantly in, or would have to head to get back to it. Not that I'm overly concerned. Like I said, a lot of times we'll just end up tunneling our way back out of the complex once we've found what we're looking for. So much of this seems too low to be any good to us. I don't know. Again, we're like level 9. It doesn't seem to offer a lot of opportunity here. Fortress, stronghold. Not yet. That helps ease that a bit. Anything to this side? Dirt. And we'd come in through here. Did we have anything back this way? Anything out this way? I think we originally got down here on that. Odd little floating door here. Not what I was particularly looking for there. Placing the block instead of opening. Ooh, 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 come on. Come on now. This is going to go down into a lava lake, I have a feeling. Not directly, just with nothing but a view. We've been there. That's the door we came in. This is another just junk garbage door. But here, okay, let's go up. Does this do anything? No. So many possibilities now. So this all goes below and behind. This just looks like nothing yet. Come on. I got people watching Minecraft. Gotta put on the show. You gotta give me the goods. Don't think we should have to go through a jail, though. Goes another set of torches. We've been through like 6 already on this trip. Ooh. Whole new little section split off. Again, this one is so weird, but this is our first library that we've seen. That's interesting. I did see somebody up here. I don't know if it was just an Enderman or somebody with some gear, but we'll very strange. Strange configuration of all this. Now, have we been through all this? Where are we? This is the library structure, which I said I'd kind of found on that one super random stronghold. We're on the upper level. Down below, you can see there's a few chests sprinkled throughout. Lots of spider webs. There was this one on the back edge over here we can look at and dump some garbage into, maybe. And lots of books. You'll have a little bit of chance for some enchanted books along the way, which is nice enough. I'm not too worried. We can come back here and loot this whole place if we want to, get all the goodies. But for the moment, just give us the portal. Come on. We've been good this year, Santa. By the way, for anybody watching, it's not at all near Christmas at this, oh. Huh. That's something. Close to the way we'd come in, and seemingly away from... Do we see any... Oh, we see some diamonds. No time. Okay, that was where we'd headed up. This is where we dropped in. So up amid the stacks of the library, there are a couple more chests. And sometimes you can find enchanted books. It's very hit or miss what you might, you got so many chances, as you guys are now all veteran librarian users, having watched the preceding episodes, so you know. But if you find these early enough, if you have Silk Touch on an axe, you can easily come in and begin to establish enchanting just by virtue of all the books you get. Even if you don't, if you're lucky enough to get the libraries in the strongholds, may even be worth breaking the bookcases and not just keeping them as bookcases. That was not two. Two is what I have my bow bound to, and I was trying to draw my sword on him. Didn't work. No more real clear rooms, so let's go back, try to get back into some more unexplored areas. Again, not super beneficial to... First of all, not beneficial at all to get lost and be unable to find your way back. Okay, now we're back on the fringe of what we've been seeing. Going, but, a reminder to try to assure yourself that you have an exit. Right? Easy place to get stuck down here because of these blocks. So make sure before you dive in that you have a couple little getaway tunnels or avenues. Not exactly sure where he came from, but I think I'm willing to live with that. Okay, so that's the main library entrance. I think this is kind of the fringe over here. Mini swarm here, maybe? Let's pull back. I'm gonna take a sip of water here, but I want to check the time. Just under an hour and a half so far, so that's pretty good. Hang on one second. Sip of water. All right. Yeah, it was a little breezy. We caught just the first hints of a kind of minor afternoon storm yesterday. Or today. Today while we were playing disc golf. It's kind of nice. It gave a little shade. One of the bank thermometers was, I think, erroneously. Ooh, there's our swarm. Now watch for anybody to take a more direct route over the top and come down on us, but otherwise, great opportunity to clear some of these guys out without much risk to our own selves. Come on, find your way. I'm not coming down to you. You gotta, okay, you just stay down there then. That doesn't look particularly good. Big old cavern chamber and lava lake. Let's try. There we go. That is the oddest approach I've ever had to. Okay, we got an endermite spawner. So things to note here. These are endermites. This is the only place that you'll find endermite spawners in the game. They don't drop anything too awesome. So had we been? No, I don't know that we had been back there. So now we kind of know we're gonna be very apparent with our remaining torches here. Let's light things up. Now, endermites can be very plentiful in certain block types. In mountain hills biomes, and they'll have certain blocks, and then they can kind of do that little trick there where they actually dive into the stone while you're fighting them and make more spawn. Not real great. And I don't know. I don't think I've ever really bothered to try. I don't know if just lighting things up here stops them from spawning more. This is the first time, usually I just come in and break this right away, but I figured, why not kill a few? I don't know if we'll grab anything, but it's kind of novelty. The other thing I'd like to do is get up and see if we can safely clear whatever lava is out that way above it. How far back are we? And how much of the ceiling is dripping lava? It's kind of in that corner. I don't think this is the worst idea. Let's also break all this stuff. Oh! So it clearly doesn't stop them completely with the torches. I don't know if they can spawn on these blocks or not. But I would like to just make all this space. Because we're going to want to build a portal here for our nether. And we're going to... we'll definitely set up an ender chest here. I should be careful with that. We got lava around here. But this is, these are mainly just nuisance blocks at this point. They're not going to add a whole lot. Here's a zombie somewhere. Footsteps. And depending on how you like to style these, you can kind of... Hey! Why are you hitting me so much? You can kind of make this just an insulated bubble once you get done, where you don't even worry about getting to the surface or anything. You just have another portal, you have your space, and you leave it there. You know, everything's good because you've got these two areas defined. Oh, did I shoot you with an arrow? But that hurt. Kind of like this opening here. Maybe leave these posts and then break everything else out around. We can take... I was catching like sun reflection through one of the gaps in my blinds from a building across the way with the sunset. It's kind of blinding. I love that the days are getting long though. That's my favorite part of summertime is having the long days. I'm not real wild about bright sunny days, anything like that. I'm not a big fan of the super heat. Kind of, frankly, like low 80s is about as much as I want when it comes to heat. That would, if I could just have that steady with no crazy humidity, just low to mid 80s. Yeah, anything in the 80s, really. I mean, frankly, until you get up to about 95 or so, and you're used to it, nothing seems too overwhelming for me heat-wise. But I am one who prefers to have it just a bit. Once it gets to be like 95, hey, you need to just chill out, buddy. And yeah, I fully understand I can fix this. I'm just kind of trying to get the space locked in. See what all we have to do to kind of surround it, and then we'll see what we have to do above to get that lava. How did you pop over there, buddy boy? You guys are kind of wrecking the... wrecking the vibe here. I kind of think we've had our fun. Oh, they broke the thing? Yeah, you're done now. Don't you go wrecking our area? Now, we don't have a stair right around, but we've got to fix all this up. And this is our portal room. We don't want it just hodgepodge together. Do we have a slab? No. These stairs over here. We could just fill above to deal with the dripping lava, and maybe that's the way to go. I mean, we don't particularly need to. We got so much of the stone brick now that that's about the gist of it. Oop. And you can see here, so here were our 12 possible empty spots on our portal. We're going to do those in just a bit here. And as far as I know, these are impenetrable blocks. There's no way to, if a creeper got in here or anything like that, I don't think that they can cause this framework to be damaged or broken or, moved or anything like that. I think once it's in place and generated, it's there to stay. I think. I've certainly thought a lot of things of this game have been wrong in the past, but I'm pretty sure you can't, through any fault or gameplay action while you're in here, lose your access to these, to this portal. So that kind of it. Now we don't have to worry about crazy stairs up or anything like that. We've kind of retained the look and feel a little bit. We got some lava around here. Let's go ahead and activate the portal. And again, we're not going to go through just yet. For one thing, but it's loud. Sorry about that. So now we've got our nether portal in. I didn't break the lava here. It's kind of nice for the light and the atmosphere and everything, but now there's no way for us to hit it. If we now go up and jump through here, we will go to the end. And when we return, we won't come into this room. We'll either come to our last slept in bed, if it's not blocked. And for instance, on our way here, we slept first in the witch's hut and then once more at a night right above our staircase. So, a couple places that would become troublesome for us in terms of mobs coming in. Now, I want to. Oh, that's silly, but okay. I want to just light up everything in here. I don't think I'm going to. That's bad torch placement. I don't think I'm going to block anything off just yet, but I think, eventually we'll kind of seal in this room to some extent, maybe have some doors out so that we can further explore the stronghold itself. But I didn't really want to get into a building stream, and I think for this episode at least, our goal would be to get back home and have a clearly defined path, and that's going to be a bit of a press for the amount of time that we have left. But I think we can do it. I'm just leveling out the floor here a little bit, trying to delay as we think about how do we want to go up. And if I can manage not to lose myself, let's take a minute, pop down an ender chest. Maybe back in this corner, we'll put the portal like here, or somewhere just in the front where we can get to it easily without blocking other access in the room. But you're like right here where we just turn and go up the stairs, and that can just be a drop out, even up against the wall, 3 out the sides, up and above. So you have a even 2x3, but a 3x3 maybe portal to go in and out of. But if we were to do that, then we can put our just a little bit of storage stuff. I'm sorry, I gotta fix this. It looks just awful. Thanks to the endermites. So yeah, if we do a chest there, let's get some planks. Get a crafting table. We have a we put it there, chest, and not have it right up against the door. So that would be 4. our little chests. And nothing special here. Really, I'd just as soon take back a bunch of the stuff that we are going to use or could use for building and all that, but we'll leave what if any random stuff. Again, we'll have more use for sticks and some lumber down here than we would back up in the top of the mines, or the top of the mines, back at our home. Likewise, we're going to get more stone. We've got loads at home. We don't need the andesite is just kind of a garbage dump, right? We just don't need to carry it back. I guess I'll keep the obsidian. I don't know how much more we have in stock there. I think we used most of it on our most recent ender chests. Oh, now that we have a stair here. Boom. I know, it'll be maybe we make a whole stripe of this mossy. What did I do with it? Did I not make the stairs? Did I take them all? Oh, they're over here. Okay. Why you were too cool for my inventory, I don't know. But I think a little racing stripe on our end portal stairs is pretty cool. Not feeling that torch there. I think we're okay with the lava and the light of those. I don't even know that we need that one. What's our light levels at? I see the 8, but I think it's on steps, so I think we're going to be okay there. I'm going to trust it for now, and we'll adjust as needed if needed. Okay, so room pretty well done. Not there. Put that step away. Then let's make a bunch of sticks, and from those, bunch of ladders. Should be enough, I think. What level are we at here? So we're already up at 21. That's why I kind of thought we were too deep, but again, things I should make note of, but never do. So we're going to break a rule of Minecraft here, and we'll see how the game tries to punish us for doing it, but we're going to do our best to ladder all the way up to surface. And we may we're now pretty safe from lava. Not guaranteed. I mean, any level can have just a random lava spring. Put a little bit of light in here. Kind of nice. Don't know if it's night or day. All that stuff could be a little perilous, but beats trying to relocate our original staircase. Beats, I don't know why this iron of all the other iron around is this iron that we have to grab, but we have to grab it. Don't question, just understand we have to grab it. And I don't know why that is going to be brick instead of ladder. It's not. So this will be fairly slow, but again, this isn't like a primary means of transport for a mine in our base or anything. Where even the staircase that was so wrong. Get out of there! Don't make me regret not using my axe. Yeah, even the even the little ladder in our tower that goes from kind of our main floor down to the sub-basement where Salty sleeps and hangs out, even that gets a little tedious for me. I don't like the slow ladder, the just little bit of trying to angle it right to get on and off and all that. Are you holding on? Can you just stay frozen, or do you have to slide up and down? Frankly, I'd prefer to have just the elevators, but really not too justified for a five block height between two floors in your base. Their ladders are kind of fun. They add a little variety. But relative to like our staircase, I think at some point adding maybe an outside elevator, some kind of access would be nice. I hear the sounds of a wandering trader, and he would seem to then indicate that it may be daytime. Usually he keeps pretty quiet if it's nighttime. But we also have a lot of mob sounds, so who knows. Alright, looking good. And I think we're going to have plenty of ladder to get us up and out of this hole. And this will be the fun answer to the question, where in the heck was this relative to where we were seeing our pearls go? Yeah, that's the question. I mean, I don't think they were raining down over here, but okay, whatever. So we now have our little spawner. Let's put in one more, and this is just cosmetic, really. There's no need. There's not going to be any mobs spawning in this hole, and while they can kind of follow their way down ladders, it's not the same as a creeper just dropping on your head. So I'm not as concerned there. Eventually you could build up a little hut around. Not ready yet, huh? Okay. Okay, so last thing that we want to do. So, you just know there's not a lot of stuff I need anymore. So the last thing we want to do while we're here is go back down and get the precise as possible coordinates of our portal. They don't need to be exact, but we'd like them to be good in terms of pointing us back to the exact location we want to set up at. So we can inch out one more here, and we're going to be in those 3 blocks. So these will be our obsidian, and then we'll put posts and drop them into the ceiling. But we want to note these 3 for our crossover. I'm actually going to do this pen and paper here on a notepad I've got right beside me. So we are at 732 by 1657 and 730. So X is 730 to 732, and Y or Z is 1657. So we won't need that for a little bit here, but when we next, in probably our next episode, let me check the time real quick here as we get wrapped up, because we can always make the return trip if we need to. We got 10 minutes. I don't know if we can make it, but you know what? Discretion is the better part here. Let's break here where we have a logical stop. We've gotten our portal. It's all set up. It's running. We know the coordinates. In the next episode, which will be an extension today, I'm going to keep playing here a little bit this evening. I'll take another little break, just go out. It looks like a beautiful evening, and it's getting pretty close to actual probable sunset right now. It's been so cloudy in the evenings. I don't know exactly what our late time is, but I'm gonna go stick my head outside, just stretch the legs a little bit, enjoy the last little bits of dusk, and then we'll come in and do another one. So in that one, we'll maybe delay our end and actually do the portal piece first and create another portal, link those up, see if that takes us right into the heart of the fortress. I don't know what the orientation was there yet. When you only have one portal, it doesn't affect too terribly much, but linking up the next one will kind of hope that just pushes out in one of the directions over the lava would be the nicest, but we'll see. So for now, let's go ahead and shut her down. We'll go ahead and don't look directly at the bugs. We've had that one recently too. I don't know why we're getting so many repeats, but that's all right. So yeah, I'm gonna step outside. Please do make sure to take a little break, get up, stretch your legs, move around a little bit, drink some water, use the restroom if you need to, obviously. And we'll see you back here at your convenience. No rush, but I want to thank you guys very sincerely. I really do appreciate all the folks tuning in. If you'd like, drop a like, share a comment. Let me know if you have any recommendations for things to do. But I think we're kind of plugging along here, and glad we found our portal and started getting it set up. So next episode, we'll try to link that all together and then venture down. The other thing that we probably do need to do before we really make a trip, it's borderline how necessary it is, but it would be nice to have some regen potions to take along with us too, just in case. I mean, with 60 some golden apples, I don't know that we really need it. We can just ignore steak and just eat golden apples the whole time that we're fighting the dragon and be just fine. So I think we'll be pretty good, but in the course of trying to link up a portal and all that, we may have an opportunity. So again, too much talking. It'll all be done in the next stream. So get out there, see what Mother Nature's got for you, whether it's day or night. If the weather's decent, hopefully you can take a little bit of time to enjoy it, and we'll see you back here for the very next one. Bye now.